who tried to unload some hot copper that he snatched himself.
Hey, man, who turned on them lights?
What's happening?
Shame!
Welcome to the channel, where legends live on. Entertainment isn't just about fun moments. It's a journey filled with ups and downs, scandals, and untold stories. Some shows and movies took the world by storm, leaving a lasting mark on audiences, while others vanished due to controversies and behind-the-scenes secrets. Here, we uncover shocking events and hidden truths from behind Hollywood's bright lights and the entertainment industry's biggest moments. If you love intriguing and unexpected stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Let's dive into the mysteries, because behind the spotlight, there's always more than meets the eye. Sanford and Son. When comedy crosses the line of controversy. What set Sanford and Son apart was how it didn't use racism to spread negativity, but instead turned it into a tool for satire, offering a clever reflection on reality. The courtroom scene wasn't just a comedic moment, it was a sharp commentary on the racial injustices within the legal system at the time. Fred Sanford, blunt and outspoken, delivered lines that may have been controversial, but they highlighted the discrimination many Black Americans faced. Comedy has long been a powerful tool for exposing social truths. In the 1970s, as America continued to struggle with civil rights issues, many TV shows avoided sensitive topics. However, Sanford and Son took the opposite approach. Rather than sidestepping controversy, the show confronted societal prejudices head-on, sometimes pushing the limits of satire to force audiences to reflect. The courtroom scene is a prime example. When Fred Sanford used racially charged language, it wasn't to promote discrimination, but to expose the injustices Black communities endured. While some viewers at the time found it uncomfortable, there was no denying that the scene made them think about the realities of the world around them. This is what made Sanford and Son unique. It turned controversy into a catalyst for discussion rather than avoiding it. Following the episode's airing, audience reactions were sharply divided. Some felt the show had gone too far by featuring such provocative dialogue on television, fearing it could be misinterpreted or hurtful. However, many others defended the show, arguing that Sanford and Son did something few others dared to do: shed light on uncomfortable truths that society often ignored. Fred Sanford wasn't a perfect protagonist. He was blunt, at times tactless, but that made the show feel more authentic. Instead of painting an overly sanitized version of reality, Sanford and Son embraced the complexities of social issues, even when those truths were hard to swallow. Before Sanford and Son, very few sitcoms had the courage to address racism so directly. Most TV shows of the era focused on light-hearted family stories, carefully avoiding controversial topics to avoid alienating viewers. But Sanford and Son changed that. By creating a character like Fred Sanford, an elderly man unafraid to say what others wouldn't, the show was able to address difficult issues without coming across as preachy. Rather than delivering moral lessons outright, the show let its characters speak naturally, leaving the audience to form their own conclusions. This approach is why, even after more than 40 years, Sanford and Son is still considered ahead of its time. Today, looking back, critics and fans alike agree that Sanford and Son paved the way for later sitcoms that tackled social issues more boldly. Shows like The Jeffersons, Good Times, and even The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air were influenced by its approach. Furthermore, the legacy of Sanford and Son lives on through Red Fox, one of the most influential comedians in American history. His unapologetic comedic style inspired legendary comedians such as Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, and Chris Rock. Fred Sanford's one-liners remain iconic in pop culture, proving the show's lasting impact even decades later. Do you remember Sanford and Son? What are your thoughts on how the show used comedy to tackle sensitive social issues? Leave a comment below and share your opinion. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more great videos on classic TV shows. Let's revisit unforgettable moments and explore the fascinating stories behind television's greatest legends. Sanford and Son, the controversial courtroom scene. One of the most controversial moments in the series was the courtroom scene, where the character Fred Sanford, played by comedian Redd Foxx, uttered racially charged remarks. This moment immediately sparked a fierce backlash from audiences and the media, raising the question, how far can humor go before it becomes offensive? Let's delve into this shocking incident to understand how Sanford and Son used comedy to reflect society and why this scene incited public outrage. Sanford and Son is considered one of the pioneering sitcoms that depicted the lives of African Americans on television. At a time when most shows focused on the stories of middle-class white families, Sanford and Son offered a fresh and authentic perspective on the lives of working-class people of color. The show revolves around Fred Sanford, a hot-tempered yet astute old man, and his son, Lamont. The contrasting dynamics between the two, Fred being conservative and sometimes harsh, while Lamont represents the more progressive younger generation, create humorous yet meaningful conflicts. This authenticity led to a warm reception for Sanford and Son. However, when a comedy crosses the line into sensitive issues, it can provoke intense reactions, and the courtroom scene is a prime example. In one episode, Fred Sanford finds himself in court for a humorous reason, a familiar setup for sitcoms. However, what shocked viewers was Fred's unexpected utterance of racially charged remarks during the trial. This line left the audience stunned. Some viewers laughed, seeing it as part of the show's satirical style. But for many others, particularly in the social context of that time, the remark was unacceptable. The public's fierce reaction did not just appear in the media, it spread through social discussions. Many questioned whether this was a clever way to critique racism or simply a poorly timed joke. Following the episode's airing, major newspapers began analyzing the scene. Some critics argued that Sanford and Son was continuing its tradition of satire to expose lingering prejudices in society. However, others contended that the show had crossed a line, exploiting sensitive issues for laughs without providing any constructive value. It's worth noting that Sanford and Son was already known for pushing the boundaries of the sitcom genre to the maximum. This was not the first time the show tackled sensitive subjects, but this time, the negative backlash was stronger, forcing producers to reconsider their approach. The story surrounding the courtroom scene also raises a larger question. How far can comedy go before it becomes offensive? Satirical comedy has always been a powerful tool for reflecting social issues. From Charlie Chaplin to Richard Pryor, many artists have used humor to address injustices without losing artistic integrity. However, there is a fine line between using comedy to raise awareness and unintentionally reinforcing negative stereotypes. In the case of Sanford and Son, some argue that the scene exposed the reality of racism, prompting audiences to reflect. On the other hand, if not handled carefully, it could inadvertently harm a segment of the audience. Despite the controversies, there's no denying that Sanford and Son remains one of the most iconic sitcoms in American television history. The show paved the way for many subsequent programs, especially sitcoms focusing on the black community, such as The Jeffersons and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Do you think Sanford and Son went too far with this scene, or was it merely a standard satirical moment? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on thrilling behind-the-scenes stories of classic television shows. Hit like and share to spark more discussions. Daniel Taylor had significant tensions. What caused the conflict between these two actors? Was it a competition over the importance of their characters? Or were there deeper, undisclosed issues? In Sanford and Son, Lamont is a young man full of ambition, always eager to escape his father's junk shop in search of new opportunities. Meanwhile, Rollo, the stylish, cunning friend, often encourages Lamont to step outside his comfort zone. The contrast between them creates entertaining exchanges that leave audiences in stitches. However, in real life, Demond Wilson and Nathaniel Taylor were not as close as their characters were on screen. Many sources suggest that the tension began from an underlying competition for their positions in the show. As the central character alongside Fred Sanford, Red Fox, Wilson had more screen time, while Taylor, despite being well-liked, was merely a supporting character who didn't appear as frequently. This made Taylor feel that his role was held back. He believed Rollo had the potential for further development, but was not favored by the writers. In contrast, Wilson had more influence over creative decisions, leaving Taylor feeling sidelined at times. Although there were no public arguments, the atmosphere on set sometimes grew tense. Some crew members revealed that the two actors rarely spoke to each other when the cameras weren't rolling. They maintained a professional attitude at work, but didn't socialize much outside of it. There were moments when their rivalry became more apparent during debates about the script or acting styles. As the lead character, Wilson had a more significant voice, while Taylor was unhappy with being confined to the role of the charming but unimportant friend. Nonetheless, both managed to put aside their differences to maintain their on-screen chemistry. After Sanford and Son concluded, both actors chose separate paths. Demond Wilson stepped away from Hollywood to become a pastor. Sanford and Son, a television legend and the race against time. When discussing the most iconic sitcoms of 1970s American television, Sanford and Son is an undeniable classic. Airing on NBC from 1972 to 1977, the show quickly became one of the most popular comedies of its time. More than just a source of entertainment, Sanford and Son provided an authentic slice of American society, tackling tough social issues through a sharp and humorous lens. Notably, the show was adapted from the British series Steptoe and Son, but was reimagined to suit American culture, giving it a unique and distinctive flavor. With Red Fox's charismatic performance as Fred Sanford and the show's witty dialogue, Sanford and Son captivated millions of viewers for years, securing its place as an essential part of American television history. Before Sanford and Son, American television was still quite conservative when it came to featuring black lead characters. Most black roles were relegated to supporting parts with little screen time or were portrayed through stereotypes. However, Sanford and Son changed that. For the first time, a sitcom centered around an African-American family, presenting an authentic and relatable narrative while maintaining its humor. Fred Sanford, a sharp-witted, outspoken junk dealer, became one of the most beloved TV characters of all time. Beyond its entertainment value, the show revolutionized storytelling. The generational conflicts between Fred and his son Lamont weren't just comedic. They highlighted the divide in perspectives between older and younger generations, especially in a rapidly evolving American society. Thanks to clever writing and the cast's natural performances, Sanford and Son was more than just a TV show. It was a reflection of reality. The show's immense success placed it in direct competition with All in the Family, another groundbreaking CBS sitcom of the era. Both series tackled sensitive social issues like racism, economic struggles, and cultural shifts in America. However, while All in the Family thrived on biting satire, Sanford and Son drew audiences in with its natural, relatable humor. One of the biggest reasons Sanford and Son stood out was Red Fox's performance as Fred Sanford. With his expressive acting style, Fox turned Fred into a television icon, a mischievous old man who constantly schemed to avoid hard work, yet displayed remarkable cunning in dealing with life's challenges. His heated arguments with Lamont, his sharp-witted comebacks, and even his exaggerated fake heart attacks to escape responsibility all contributed to the show's irresistible charm. Despite being a comedy, Sanford and Son delivered powerful social messages. It shed light on the struggles of working-class Americans, the hardships of making a living, and the generational conflicts within families. Beneath Fred Sanford's antics was the reality of many working-class individuals of the time, people doing whatever they could to survive in a changing world. Additionally, Sanford and Son helped break racial stereotypes on television. Through this show, audiences gained a more nuanced and authentic view of the African American community, beyond outdated cliches, showcasing real people with depth, emotions, and stories of their own. This was a key reason why the show became a classic with lasting influence. Even after ending in 1977, Sanford and Son continues to live on through reruns. Its unforgettable dialogues, hilarious exchanges between Fred and Lamont, and sharp social commentary have cemented its place among the greatest sitcoms of all time. Many later shows, including The Jeffersons, Good Times, and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, were influenced by its groundbreaking approach. Beyond television, the show left a deep mark on American pop culture. Many of its catchphrases became popular memes, and its funky theme song remains one of the most iconic TV intros in history. Decades later, Sanford and Son remains an unforgettable legend in the hearts of television fans. With its brilliant humor, outstanding writing, and incredible performances, this show not only brought endless laughter, but also delivered valuable lessons about life and society. If you're a fan of Sanford and Son, share your favorite moments in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to catch more exciting videos about classic TV shows. Let's relive the golden era of television and uncover more fascinating stories about legendary series. Sanford and Son, behind-the-scenes drama and the salary controversy of Red Fox. So what drove Red Fox, the soul of the show, to abandon this iconic role? How did his struggle change the history of television? Let's delve into this captivating and intense story. Born in 1922, Red Fox, real name John Elroy Sanford, was one of the most beloved comedians of the 1970s. With his straightforward, somewhat sarcastic humor that still felt relatable, he captivated audiences and became a pioneering figure for African Americans in the entertainment industry. When he was cast as Fred Sanford, a hot-tempered yet incredibly funny junk dealer, Red Fox transformed Sanford and Son into one of the most popular sitcoms of its time. The series revolved around the lives of Fred Sanford and his son Lamont, Demon Wilson, showcasing their humorous escapades in the junk business. With sharp content that reflected the realities of African American life without shying away from sensitive topics, Sanford and Son quickly became a formidable competitor to All in the Family on CBS, the most popular sitcom at that time. However, despite the show's tremendous success for NBC, Red Fox felt that he was not being adequately compensated. He believed that his salary did not reflect the value he brought to the program, which led to one of the biggest disputes in American television history. In 1973, at the peak of Sanford and Son's popularity, Red Fox unexpectedly announced his departure from the show. This decision sent shockwaves through Hollywood. As the lead actor and the heart of the show, his exit meant that the program faced disruption or even cancellation. The root cause lay in the salary that Red Fox received. Despite being the star of a hit show, he was only paid about $19,000 per episode, a figure far below what lead actors on other popular sitcoms earned. Meanwhile, other contemporary shows like All in the Family paid significantly higher salaries to their lead actors. Not only did Red Fox demand a pay raise, but he also sought a share of the show's profits, something most television actors at the time were not allowed to request. This bold and controversial demand came from his conviction that he deserved it. When NBC refused to meet his demands, Red Fox decided to leave, plunging the show into chaos. NBC could not ignore the absence of Red Fox. They realized that Sanford and Son could not continue without Fred Sanford, the central character of the series. After months of negotiation and legal disputes, Red Fox ultimately secured a new, more favorable deal. Under the new contract, Red Fox not only received a significant salary increase, but also secured a portion of the show's profits, making him one of the first television actors to gain such benefits. This was seen as a historic victory, not only for Red Fox, but also for actors of color in the entertainment industry. Even after returning to the show, Red Fox continued to speak out against injustices in Hollywood, particularly regarding the lower pay that actors of color often received compared to their white counterparts. He became a pioneering voice advocating for equity in the television industry. The dispute between Red Fox and NBC not only transformed Sanford and Son, but also paved the way for many other actors to demand fairer rights. Previously, few actors dared to publicly fight for pay equity, especially artists of color. Thanks to Red Fox's pioneering efforts, many stars like Bill Cosby, Eddie Murphy, and Will Smith later found themselves in better negotiating positions when signing contracts with major studios. They could demand fairer pay, even receiving a percentage of the profits from film revenues, something that was nearly unheard of before. Red Fox's case set a new standard in the entertainment industry, compelling studios to treat actors more equitably, especially those from minority communities. Today, even after many decades, Sanford and Son remains one of the classic sitcoms in American television history. Red Fox is remembered not only as a legendary comedian, but also as a pioneer who dared to challenge the system to change the entertainment industry. Not everyone has the courage to confront the system as Red Fox did. He not only defended his rights, but also paved the way for future generations of actors, helping them secure fairer contracts and receive recognition for their true worth. Have you ever watched Sanford and Son? What do you think about Red Fox's legal battle and its impact on television? Please leave your comments below and share your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to keep up with more exciting videos about classic television shows. Let's explore more behind-the-scenes stories and interesting secrets about screen legends. The emotional depth of Sanford and Son. When laughter meets heartfelt moments. Throughout the series, Fred Sanford is portrayed as a cunning old man, constantly bickering with his son and those around him through sharp-witted humor. He comes across as tough, stubborn, and unwilling to back down from any argument. However, beneath that rough exterior lies a soul deeply scarred by the past. Sanford and Son is not just a comedy, it delves into genuine emotions and real-life struggles. This emotional depth sets the show apart from many sitcoms of its time, creating a profound connection between the characters and the audience. One of the most touching moments in the series is when Fred looks at a photo of his late wife, Elizabeth. In that instant, he is no longer the loud, quarrelsome old man, but a lonely husband yearning for the love he lost. It's one of the rare moments where Fred allows his vulnerability to show, leaving viewers deeply moved. This scene highlights that despite his constant bickering and seemingly carefree attitude, Fred harbors an enduring love for his wife. That's why he often calls out to Elizabeth whenever he jokingly claims he's coming to join her in heaven. What may seem like a humorous catchphrase is actually filled with endless longing and grief. Sanford and Son also uses music to enhance the emotional depth of its storytelling. Red Fox was an avid fan of the Ink Spots, a renowned musical group from the 1930s. He loved their music so much that he personally funded the licensing rights to include their songs in the show. The Ink Spots' soulful and bluesy sound evokes a sense of nostalgia, transporting viewers to a bygone era while offering deeper insight into Fred Sanford's sentimental nature. These musical moments subtly reveal his love for the past and the cherished memories he refuses to let go of. It reminds us that even the grumpiest, most stubborn people have moments of deep emotion. Fred Sanford isn't just a comedic character. He's a reflection of real people, those who appear tough on the outside but carry personal heartaches within. Have you ever been touched by Fred Sanford's more emotional moments? Did you notice how music was used to enhance the show's heartfelt scenes? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more fascinating insights into classic TV shows. Hit the like button and share if you enjoyed this article. Sanford and Son, a breakthrough in American television culture. Before Sanford and Son, American television rarely gave special attention to the black community, especially in leading roles within popular sitcoms. However, the emergence of Fred and Lamont Sanford completely changed the game. No longer were there stereotypical portrayals of black individuals on screen, either overly exaggerated or as shallow supporting characters. Sanford and Son presented a family of color that was both realistic and humorous, deeply rooted in cultural identity. Fred Sanford, played by the legendary Red Fox, was a junkyard owner with a straightforward, witty personality who was unafraid to poke fun at everything around him. In contrast, his son, Lamont, was a modern thinker who aspired to change their lives and escape the family's meager business. The conflicts between the two not only provided comedic situations, but also reflected generational differences between a conservative father tied to old ways and a son striving to integrate into a more modern society. Sanford and Son was more than just a comedy. It was a revolution in how American television viewed African Americans. Historically, black characters were often relegated to minor roles, sometimes appearing solely to support white narratives. Yet Sanford and Son brought black people to the forefront, offering them a real story, a narrative about family, life, aspirations, and everyday conflicts. The show also shattered long-standing stereotypes by portraying Fred and Lamont as multidimensional individuals. Rather than one-dimensional characters, they were complex beings with strong personalities. Fred Sanford might often complain and occasionally be lazy, but he was also a loving father willing to do anything to protect his son. Lamont, despite his frequent dissatisfaction with his father's lifestyle, always respected family traditions and continually sought to improve their lives. Under the direction of Red Fox and Demon Wilson, Sanford and Son quickly became one of the most popular television shows of its time. The series captivated audiences not only with its charming comedic situations, but also with its authentic content. Themes like racism, poverty, generational gaps, and the evolution of American society were skillfully woven into the episodes, making viewers both laugh and reflect. Furthermore, Sanford and Son paved the way for a slew of other television programs centered around black characters. Without Sanford and Son, shows like The Jeffersons, Good Times, or even The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, sitcoms that continued to explore African American stories with more modern perspectives, might not have existed. Although it concluded in 1977, the impact of Sanford and Son has never faded. Fred Sanford's iconic lines are still quoted in popular culture, and episodes continue to air on television. Many generations of viewers still turn to the show as a way to enjoy a classic comedy while gaining insight into a pivotal era in American television history. Additionally, Sanford and Son left a profound mark on the entertainment industry. The show's opening music, with its vibrant, funky tune, is regarded as one of the greatest theme songs of all time. Red Fox's acting style has also inspired many comedians who followed, from Eddie Murphy to Chris Rock. Years later, Sanford and Son remains an integral part of American television history. The show not only helped shape the portrayal of African Americans on screen, but also provided audiences with fantastic moments of entertainment through its intelligent, sharp humor. If you were ever a fan of this show, leave a comment below about your favorite episode or moment. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on exciting videos about other classic television programs. Let's revisit beautiful memories and discover more interesting stories about the legends of the screen. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video. We hope the stories we bring help you discover new and exciting perspectives on the entertainment world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated with our latest videos. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to keep creating even more engaging content. See you in the next video.